Rice water, a rare garden gem. Rice contains a big amount of nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, magnesium, zinc, iron, and sulfur. You know what I said about if it's good for your body, your soil will love it too. You can literally use what you eat to grow what you will eat. So in this video, I want to show you how you will use rice water to fertilize your plants. There are several ways that you can use rice water. These rice nutrients are naturally in your rice water when you wash or parboil your rice. And you can keep the rice water and use it to feed your soil so that your soil can feed your plants. There are plants that will benefit more from rice water than the others. Plants like pepper, tomatoes, cucumbers as well, sweet potatoes, fruiting plants and root crops like even Irish potatoes, yams will benefit more from rice water. But generally all plants, okay? So I'm just applying this on my 3-year-old eggplant and on a soil that I have prepared. Avoid adding salt to rice before washing, or even when you're parboiling, do not add salt to rice so you don't kill the plant. So I've showed you one way that I use rice water in my garden. Let me show you another method, which is one of my favorite methods but requires some effort and a few days. I'm going to collect some comfrey leaves. I've talked about comfrey leaves a lot on my channel and how effective it is to my soil. I don't joke with it. I'm collecting some comfrey leaves so that I can add it to my rice water. I was cooking rice earlier today, and that's when I realized that I needed to film this rice content because I always save my rice water. Anyway, let me show you what I'm going to do with the comfrey that I have just harvested and also collected some rice water from the rice that I cooked earlier today. Honestly, if you knew the benefits of rice water in your garden, you will not let one drop go to waste. So I have collected my comfrey leaves and I want to chop them into pieces and add them to this rice water so that I can ferment them together. I'm hoping you do not skip this part of the video because this part is very important. Now, not because something is very good for your soil, then you should use it every day. Do not pour rice water on your soil every day. Use rice water only once a month because rice has starch and too much starch can harden the soil. And once your soil is hard, it will be hard for water to drain. Too much starch in your soil can also bring harmful bacteria that will cause root rot. After cutting up the comfrey, you want to stir properly and then cover with a breathable lid. You can use a handkerchief, you can use a paper towel, you can use newspaper or even a cloth, any cloth at all. You can use that to cover the lid so that you don't get flies and other things going in. Now we want to ferment these for 3 days and then dilute and use. To make rice water, you can use any type of rice, but I prefer locally grown rice. And I'm going to tell you why. But if you only eat foreign rice in your home, please use what you have. Whatever it is you have. Basmati rice, jasmine rice, locally grown rice, any type of rice will do. But I prefer using locally grown rice. Emphasis on locally grown rice because I want more of indigenous microorganisms in my soil. I am very big on indigenous because I want microorganisms that originated or are occurring naturally where I am to be in my soil. Using indigenous microorganisms in your garden is an effective way to create a very fertile soil. This is the easiest method that I use rice. Okay, no, the second easiest method that I use rice water in my garden. I let it sit alone for uncovered. You can cover it if you want. So I let it sit alone for 3 to 5 days. Then I use it to water sections of my garden that I know I haven't poured rice water on. Now remember, you can only use rice water on your soil or in your soil once a month. You do not want to use rice water on your soil every day. If you have excess rice water and you have a small space, a small garden, you can throw the rice water in your food scrap bucket. If you've been following me for a while, you should know now that you're supposed to save up all your food scrap, and over time you can use them in your soil. So you can pour that rice water in that food scrap bucket or your compost bin, and save your soil the stress of having excess starch, because we already know what starch does to the soil. Okay, so I hope you've learned something in this video, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.